So I will start with a very basic question. Who are you? Let me know. What's your name? What's your username?
Okay, so my name is Fisher. My real name is Miguel. I'm from Portugal. I'm one of the few Portuguese hackers. And yeah, I'm 32 years old and I've been doing bug bounty for a while now. I feel like I'm a veteran.
What's the origin of your username?
So I'm Fisher, and this comes from a video game which is Splinter Cell, where the main character is Sam Fisher. And I don't recall right now why we started playing it, but I started playing it with my brother. And when we created the handles, I was Mick Fisher and he was Tick Fisher because my name is Miguel and he is Tiago. And from there, like, we basically always adopted that handle, and eventually I took over of the Fisher concept. So yeah.
You are the first Portuguese hacker with 10,000 reputation points, right? How does it feel?
It's all right. It feels like it's a good milestone. It's a good mark. I know it's not the most important thing, but it was a nice thing to check off in a list.
What do you feel about the Portuguese community? There are a lot of hackers in Portugal.
I feel like the community in Portugal can be increased. I think we have lots of people who are ready to break out in the community, basically, but they still need to be a bit more fostered, basically. They need a little bit more of sweet love.
How many live hacking events have you been?
How many live hacking events I've been? I think I lost count, honestly. Probably more than 12 altogether. I missed a few because of the pandemic, but maybe now we'll resume those. We'll see.
And what's your favorite live hack event you have been?
My favorite live hacking event was probably in Vegas, the first one, just because it was my first real experience of Las Vegas and the States, and I think it just represented everything about both the community and the space, which is how big can you go, how chaotic things can get. So it was unforgettable.
How does it feel to be close to home? Even if this is not Portugal, you're very close from home. How does it feel that live hacking events are back on the road and coming to Europe?
It feels really good to be super close to a live hacking event. Usually we are used to traveling like 8, 10, 12 hours, especially to North America. So being just one hop away is fantastic. We've been asking for live hacking events in Europe for a while now, and it's great. It feels like we're much more connected now, and it just makes things more simple.
Let's talk about the billboard. You are a little bit famous. You at least you did a photo shoot, and you were supposed to be on a billboard. Maybe we put you there. I don't remember. But how does it feel to be in this photo shoot and be a little bit more famous and be like the visible face of hacking for good?
It feels weird. I mean, it's not like something I signed up for, but it's a good intersection, being a decent hacker and also having that side, and in a way being able to help marketing and the company, and basically be a bit of a representation of the hackers and the community. It feels good, yeah.
And in relationship to that, you're also a member of the HAB, right? The Hacker Advisory Board. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like it's useful to be in contact with the HackerOne staff and some customers? What's your experience with that?
Yeah, so being on the Hacker Advisory Board, it's great. It's a really awesome addition, basically, to the whole component and ecosystem that exists in HackerOne, and it's basically one of the best ways that I have to bring feedback, both from myself, but also from what I see, what I hear from my friends, my hacker colleagues, and sometimes even things that I see in the internet, especially in Twitter, where things are a bit more chaotic. So it's a really good official way to expose things and shed some light into some issues that I feel that sometimes are overlooked. And it's great basically to be able to communicate and then actually see some results back from HackerOne, because you say something and then you guys come and okay, we're gonna look at this, or there's something already underway. So it's great.
Who have you been hacking with, and who is your favorite hacker to collaborate with?
Yeah, so as per usual, my hacker friend, the person that I always collaborate with, and even in this event we were working together, is Andre, which is my fellow Portuguese colleague. And I always love to hack with him because we always try to think in aspects and things that no one else was thinking about, and we try to achieve the cosmic steps and cosmic reigns, the steps needed.
Which one was the best bug you ever found in live hacking?
In a live hacking event. So I always remember one particular bug, which wasn't the best bug, but was the one that made me more proud, just because I really wanted to show myself. So this was a small bug. It was on Uber at the time, but I managed to do a show and tell with that, and it was my first event. So it's one bug that I still look and remember very fondly. I have a small swag piece just because of that. So when I walk in my room and I see that small piece of swag, I'm like, okay, I remember this. It was a really good moment.
How much importance do you give to collaboration? How important do you think it is collaborating in the hacking?
Yeah, collaborating in the live hacking events is key. I was a bit upset even with myself that I forgot that, because I hadn't been in a live hacking event for a while now because of the pandemic. And when I got to Barcelona and I started chatting with everyone, the energy and the high and the passion that you get for hacking and basically hacking together is completely different than hacking alone and being by yourself. Like, you can be the best person, you can be really good technically, but things really take it, they really go to another level when you are with other people. So that's always the thing I can recommend, and even for myself, like next time I need to remember that. Yeah.
Do you think live hacking events motivate hackers to engage more and keep hacking on these programs?
Yeah, I think so. I think live hacking events definitely encourage hackers to not only hack more, but also like to try and be better, because I know that many people want to be in these events and they're always frustrated or struggling, like, why I'm not getting invited, why is this person getting and I'm not. And I feel like these live hacking events are still the #1 goal of many hackers, and it's still a way of HackerOne and basically of the bug bounty community to reward people for their work and show some sort of appreciation. And it's a great way for people to motivate themselves, because if they want to be in the next event, they know that they need to work harder, better, and I think it's a really good encouragement, and it's a really good payoff to be here.
You recently have been introduced to the H1 Elite Hall of Fame, if you want to call it.
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Yeah, being introduced to the Hall of Fame was really good. Yeah, I want to say it was bittersweet because I wasn't being able to be there physically to receive the prize, especially in Vegas. But it was a really good moment. It's like in terms of bug bounty career, it feels like it's a cherry on top of the cake. So even if I retire now, I think it's okay. It's done. I had a good career, so it feels really good.
Tell me what you think about it. Do you like the design?
It's awesome. It's amazing. Basically, it's the character, so it's perfect. I love huskies, and I have two of them, so to have one of them as my sidekick is amazing. It's the perfect companion for the fight against the bugs.